Afternoon guys, I'm here at SM City. I haven't posted a video since last week. I did a compilation of drone flights because I was feeling ill. I'd actually picked up some throat infection, chest infection when I was riding last week in the wet. So today it's Thursday. Still got some aches and pains, and I've still got a runny nose, and I've just come over to see Salina, but it's the first time I've actually been out and about for 4 or 5 days. So it's going to be a little road vlog to test the water for me. Filipino flu, that's what I've had. Week I came back from Bunuan and got caught in a rainstorm, and I continued to ride, which was maybe not the cleverest things to do, Gary, but anyway, I came past Holcomb Cement Works, and when I was coming past the cement works I was picking up this burning sensation in my throat. I just didn't think anything of it. I washed it out. I thought it was just like the atmosphere and stuff like that. But that next day I had some aches on my shoulder and my throat started to get a little bit swollen. But I thought, okay, no problem at all. So I stayed indoors on Saturday, and then on Sunday it got a little bit worse, and I went out to turn around and try and work it off, and I went down to SM Langen, and I did a vlog walking home. Yeah, I had something to eat, I felt good, got back home, and the aches and the pains and the sore throat all started again, and I felt crap, but the things I've learned over the weekend, and after talking to Philippine riders, guys that have actually come around to see me to make sure that I'm alright, alongside Annie doing a blinding job making me soup and making me feel relaxed and at home. There is this thing called Filipino flu, and when you ride in hot weather, then you ride in cold, rainy weather, then you ride back in hot weather, you end up picking up infection, and that's what I've been told that I've picked up. Just has to run a course. Back in the UK, it would be a cold is 3 days coming, 3 days staying, 3 days going, but here it seems to be one and a half day coming, and then it starts getting worse and worse and worse. But so I did learn something which I found very, very interesting. There's a menthol sweet that they have here. It's called Snow Bear, sorry, and you take 2 of those and you put them into about 150 ml of hot water, you dissolve it, you add a pinch of salt, and then you drink it. It tastes like drinking really strong menthol. However, the benefits are that it makes you feel quite good. It gives you like a little boost in your energy and your feeling and everything like that. The second benefit is, my God, it cleans out your bloody nose. I drank this. Peter turned around and came round on Tuesday, today's Thursday, and he gave me some of this, made it up for me, sprinkled in a bit of salt, I drank the 150 thinking, okay, I don't like the taste of it and I don't like that. Within 20 minutes, it was as though somebody had turned around and put a tap on my nose. It would not stop running. All the infection that was up inside my nose all came running out, which made me feel a lot better yesterday. So much so that I can actually come out and ride today. So it's called Snow Bear. It's a little menthol sweet. Put it in 150 mils of water, stir it around and dissolve it, sprinkle of salt. You drink it over how quickly you can actually drink it. It took me about 25 minutes. Had no after effects on me upsetting my stomach or anything like that, but my nose, and you know I've got a bloody big nose, a long nose, it emptied my nose. It turned around and got rid of all the congestion that I had from sniffles. So really good quack doctor. Okay, so down here at Eco bus station, you turn right here. What was the other thing? Okay, the liquor ban has been lifted in Davao. You can drink at home. You're not allowed to drink in restaurants, you're not allowed to go karaoke bars, you're not allowed to go into anything else. You can go and buy booze or drink, but I was in the supermarket today, SM City. They still don't have any beer or spirits on the shelves. Turned around and said it might be next week. But there's people living next door to me and Annie that last night, the night before, and the night before that, they were doing their late night karaoke. So that's actually started in the area. It's not in the subdivision, it's the road over on my road. So people are over there doing their nighttime, yeah, what do they turn around, oh, what's that Elvis song they keep going on about? Yeah, Blue Moon of Kentucky, Blue Moon in Kentucky, that one. And what's it, love me tender, love me no, I'm gonna get over my flu, I don't know what's going on, what about you? Yeah, so there's that, so that's the liquor ban. The next bit is that jeepneys no longer have to have the plastic segregation panels inside jeepneys, and scooters like that one there, or motorbikes, don't have to have the plastic divider between the rider and the pillion. That's been stopped. So if you look at this jeepney, there is no dividers, which I would say not a clever thing, because you could limit the jeepney to around 10 people, 5 each side, if you had the dividers. Now the dividers are gone, it's back to cram them in, boys, cram them in, and make as much money as possible, which, yeah, means that, you know, the 1 metre rule that is everywhere else is not 1 metre. And it's been done because 26% of the population in Davao have been vaccinated against COVID-19. That's 26% of the Mindanao. But there's still a long way to go. They're looking at booster jabs now, which is the second thing I want to go over. So I got a text message this week that they're thinking about booster jabs for the people that have already had the inoculation. So that's the 26% to get booster. But what about the 80% that haven't had their second dose yet? Strange really, isn't it? But anyway, we're coming down here on the Boulevard of Life. So now the other thing is that there are more more test centres going up in Davao. I think there's about 9 now, or 10. Still costs you 3,000 pesos to get the saliva or the nose swab to turn around and say that you're a negative COVID-19. But they are pushing to turn around and get people to publicly travel, do public tourism. tourism. However, the downside is they're pushing for more people to go and travel, but they've run out of test kits for the people that want to travel. So if you can't get tested, you can't travel. So a few people are just taking the risk and just running the risk and just going. I've applied for a thing called an S-Pass, which I have the QR for the S-Pass, but I need a travel RCT negative 72 hours out. And all that actually happens with the S-Pass is that it registers you as being having a QR for Mindanao or the Philippines, and you can add your oh dear me, you can add your RCT negative COVID-19 test to the S-Pass, and then you can forward it to the LGU or the barangay that you are going to. So if I was going from Davao to Butuan, I could log on to my S-Pass, send my QR code, send my negative I'm just watching this guy. He just seems to be weaving all over the bloody place. Yeah, I just, you know, yeah, I'm going to come across that in a minute. So yeah, so then all you do is you email it to the LGUs. The LGUs then send you an email, and then you can turn around and say, yeah, this is when I'm arriving. So the local LGU of Butuan know that you're going to be coming. They also know that you have your S-Pass QR code. They also know that you have your ID, and they also know that you have your accommodation booked, which I think is very, very good. So there we go. So let's see what actually happens for that. I want to turn around and try and travel up to Butuan. That's why I've mentioned it. The boulevard. So this bit on the right hand side here is for sale. Yeah, 26 million pesos, that wooden house. 26 million. It's on Marketplace. Not somewhere I would like to live on the boulevard. Anyway, what I was going to say, yeah, as I've had a lot of time laying in bed and just cogitating and coughing and not feeling like shite, I was reading an article about LTO. LTO are going to extend driving licenses to 10 years, as long as you can turn around and pass a test. However, there is some guy that is in government turns around and says that it will be a waste of money, a waste of time, and a waste of a lot of other stuff, cluttering up the LTO, getting people to sit down and get a driving test, or having a driving test exam to get their license extended to 10 years. Do I agree with it? I agree that 10 years is a really good time to turn around and get a driving license, and what I don't agree with is what the government official is actually saying, because what I see of road manners, understanding the road ethics, whether you're in a jeepney or a bus, or you're in a car or on a scooter, there is a lot of room for improvement, shall we say. Understanding the road law, understanding the culture, driving within the limits of your ability. It might say 70 miles an hour or 70 kilometers an hour on the side of the road, doesn't mean you've got to ride 70 miles an hour. Taxi drivers that are in this lane and then pull over to this lane with no indication and just do a right hand turn, and when you turn around and drive into the side of them, it's your fault, because you are, let me think, yeah, you are clairvoyant. You have hypersensitive brain cells that pick up that people are going to be doing something before they actually do it. It's yeah, lots of little things that I think could be improved on road safety, because it's a big killer in the Philippines. Lots of people drive too fast, lots of people just turn around and don't abide by the rules. Lots of people just turn around and do their own thing. They see a gap and off they go and do it. So I don't really agree with what the guy says in Manila. I do agree that the LTO should spend more money on educating people to drive, because driving in the provinces and understanding the road rules in the provinces compared with the city, totally different. You know, if you're riding in the provinces, people don't mind not wearing shoes, they don't mind not wearing a crash helmet, they don't mind riding at 50 kilometers an hour. When they hit something, then the parents have to turn around and bury them. I also think it should be drivers' responsibility in the Philippines to make sure that what they're driving is road legal. You know, it meets the current pollution guidelines, it meets the current regulations on tyres and having grip and having tread and its emissions, and it has lights. Lots of people after 7 o'clock at night do not come along with lights on. They just drive in the dark. And lots of times, and even friends I know that drive here, they'll come along and there'll be somebody on a push bike with no lights because they can't afford the lights, and they'll be dressed in a black t-shirt and black jeans. You can't see them until you're 20 feet from them, and all of a sudden it's an accident waiting to happen. Absolutely crazy, really. But anyway, as I said, I think the LTO suggestion to get a 10-year license, they need to sit down. You know, you have to turn around and make sure that you've had no convictions, that's no speeding, no parking tickets, no violations, and then they will turn around and see you as a good driver. But doesn't mean you're a safe driver, it just means you've been lucky. You need to turn around, and you know, you can see it all the time. For those guys that actually come and live here, you can see people undertaking, overtaking, crossing roads, riding the wrong way up one-way streets, you know, just parking, you know, in the middle of the road and walking away. It just beggars belief, really. But anyway, I've come over Agdal Bridge. Let's see TMO over there. This guy's indicating, and he's typical road junction. See this guy? He wants to try and push somebody out of the way. What a numbnut. Anyway, just goes to show that person should be taken out and be given a new test, because they don't seem to be able to drive past the turning and then turn left into the turning. Don't turn around and cut the corner and drive the wrong way up the road. Yeah, see, we're all stopped here. They're all going left and right. These guys, see these guys on the scooter? They're not actually coming past the outward turning. They're actually cutting that outward turning where that yellow jeepney is, that yellow pedicab is. But anyway, we are where we are. The sun's not shining today. It's pretty cool.